next video I'm going to explain how to paint this Commissar, from this Chaos Commissar from the Blackstone Fortress. I will paint him almost black and red, okay, and then we are going to do just some parts with other details in other colors. But the main driving colors and the most interesting here is to paint his face with, I'm considering that he's have a lot of scars around. I don't know if it's supposed to have a mask or just a lot of scars on his face. I will consider him as he has a lot of scars on his face with the chaos symbol. Okay, I will start applying the red first because it goes next. I want to start with the face, and the red goes just around the head. Okay, because it goes on the. I wanted to paint just the inside of the jacket, and I will say that I will use corn red to do that. And if you follow my channel, you know that I have a renegade guard, and this guy will have more black than the rest of my army, right? To show that he's a commissar. Ojo was called in the past on the chaos minions enforcer. So everything will be black except the inside of the jacket. So he will not have red trousers, he will have black trousers. In that case, we just apply a corn red layer, okay, and I do the inside of the jacket. So I will do that. Okay, just apply this thin layer, and I'm doing this before doing the skin because it's easy that you touch the skin by mistake. So I want to be sure that I done this before doing the skin. Okay, so I will do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, I'm going to use Kislev flesh on his head. Okay, put some in my wet palette, and we are going to do as well in the red. You can see the red is still wet, but not around the neck, so I just did the face, the last part. So I'm going to do that, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, next step, just to give all the base colors, I'm going to use contrast back Templar, and I will apply this over the whole miniature. Okay, I will even including the base, so this will give me the nice base to do the rest of the paint job. Okay, so I will maybe avoid the skulls and so on, but the flag will also go in black, so I will apply it over the whole miniature, and then I will wait at this device. If it's too light, we are going to do a second layer, but here this is like having a priming with pre-shading. Okay, so I do that, and I come back once this is done. Okay, this how looks like once we have done the contrast black. I just touch. I'm just checking with Corax Corpus. I think it's called Corpus or Corax. Corpus black. Sorry. I just was looking if there was any white dot that I did want to cover. Okay, and if it was the case, I was just covering it. Okay, so next step I'm going to do the shading on the skin, and this time I'm going to do a little bit of experiment. I'm going to use Voluptuous Pink. I'm going to give him a look much, I would say, a sick look. Okay, I will thin it down. Okay, so we are going to thin the contrast down to a wash to have less intensity of the color, because this is covering quite a lot. So I will put in my palette a measure of this. okay, a couple of droplets, and then I will put the same quantity of the medium. Okay, I'm going to use the medium, this medium, the contrast medium. Okay, ensure that your brush is completely clean when you do that. Okay, this should be enough. I really want to have a white texture, something like that. Okay, I will check. Yeah, it looks good, and we are going to start applying. Okay, on him. This will give quite a demonic look, but I think it will match with what I want to do here. Okay, I really want to go for a weird look, and will give also more will help me then to do the pale skin. Okay, I'm going to put the same on the hands, and I recommend, if you want to do more than one miniature, that you prepare all the miniatures to do this, so you can see very nice tonality. Okay, will not recommend if they are not demonic or something like that. I think it gives quite a, but you can work it to make it more realistic. Okay, this is how it looks like now, and I will start now using Iron Breaker to paint all the metal parts. And Iron Breaker, we cannot put it, we will never recommend to use your wet palette for metallics. So now what I'm going to do, I will take Iron Breaker and start doing all the parts where I want to have a metal finishing. Okay, then probably will put here on the breastplate. I will put it in the buckle. I will do the grenade. So different parts. I will do the pistol. So I will do the different parts with Iron Breaker, and I'm back for the next step. So we have done all the metallic parts. See here. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Aqua Air Shade to do some eye marks or eye bags, or how you want to call it. I want to put it a little bit here to create more shade in the eyes. And kill a little bit the purple part. And I will do the same in the mouth. Okay. And now I will take Nun Oil, and I will apply Nun Oil on the metallics. In that case, I don't want to go for a rusted look. I prefer to give more dark look, and this is why I go to Nun Oil directly. Okay, more likely I will do 2 layers because I want this metal to now be darker. So I will do 1 layer, wait, and do a 2nd layer. Okay, as you can see, no, there is not too much mystery. I just apply Nun Oil on the different metallic parts. Okay, I will wait at this device and I'm back. Okay, next step, I'm going to do the face, and I will start by painting the eyes. And I will use, instead of white, I will use flash with yellow. Okay, any yellow will work. We are going to apply this in the eye socket, like that. We'll do the same in the other side. Like that. Okay. And now we are going to use black. I will use Corvus black. Okay. Okay. And if it's too big, now what I'm going to use is a little bit of the purple. We use screaming, in the case I will use screamer pink. Okay. I will put it under the eye. Okay, like that, and I will use now a little bit of Boogie Max Glow. I have it too thin here, maybe. Too cleaner. Okay. Something like that. And then I will start with Cadian Flagstone and start highlighting. And I will use Cadian Flagstone mixed with white, okay, to help me in the highlights. I will put here in my white palette, I will move a little bit of the Cadian Flagstone next to some white next to the flat inky stone, so because the Kislev have a white tonality that I don't want to use, so I really want to have a very light Cadian Flagstone. I want to keep not to go into the, so this is too light, then we can add a little bit more of Cadian flash, so I can darken a little bit this. We want to do to mark all this like scars. side. Then go back with cadmium flash now. I will cover this, and I will do the same here. I will take a little bit of Shakti bone, put it here. I will do the same. I will use a little bit of Shakti bone on the teeth. Okay. I will do a little bit on the bottom teeth. Went too thick, but doesn't matter. I wait that this dries. While this is drying, I will work on other parts. Okay, and I'm using cadmium flagstone mixed with white to drive all these highlights. And if I need to have quite dark parts, then I will use skimmer pin. That will help me to have quite a deep shade when it's needed. And if I see that it's too much, then I go with cadmium flagstone next to it to smoothen a little bit the intensity. Okay, you can also mix a little bit of the skimmer pink with cadmium flagstone to make a lighter tone. So we'll do here next to the scar, so in that way it's helping to pop up the scar. Very little, quite thin. You don't need too much, you just need to insinuate. You know that the mouth looks dry. I will take Bogman's glue and I will clean this. I will clean this part. Okay, I will take a little bit of skimmer pink. I will mix it with a little bit of cadmium flash, and I will correct this thing here, as well here. So it's just playing with the mixtures until you are happy with the combination that you get. Okay, it's very important in this phase to spend a little bit of time. It's really the most important part of this miniature, to be fair. We're going to highlight a little bit the chin. Again, this white have a lot of intensity on the cadmium flash, so we are going to reduce this. Okay, now here on the horn we can use almost pure white at the end. Highlight this one, and I need to do here. Want to do the highlights on top of the eyes. Wait, I believe I will increase the expression. Okay, I realized that I want to match, so it's just a matter of recalibrating a little bit, and I will add a little bit of pink just next to it. And I will need to add a little bit of yellow. Now it's making more sense. Okay. It reminds me a little bit Freddy Krueger, this guy, with all these scars. Although he has the symbol of chaos in principle. So now I do the hands. Add a little bit of lighter bar here in these bars. I will do the hand here as well. Again, I take a little bit of pink and I help to shade the separation of the fingers. I keep the red spot there, I think makes sense. Just looking, and now next step I'm going to work. Well, we can give the base coat on the skull. I will use Ushaptibone. Sorry, Flake One Flesh is not Ushaptibone. Flake One Flesh. So I'm going, as this has not too much mystery, it's not as interesting as when I was doing the face, I will apply Flake One Flesh here on the skull, and I'm back for the next step. Okay, the skull I have applied the base color, and then I'm going to apply the base color on the different bells he has, and I will use Gotha Brown, okay, this one, to do the different bells. Okay, so I don't need a super good brush to do that, I just need quite a standard brush, and we just apply the base color. Okay, so I will do this on the different bells, and I will be back for the next step. The bells are done, and now I'm going to use corn red to put it here on these parts that are like the engraved chaos symbols. Okay, I use quite a thin. This thing just stops moving. I'm using quite a thin red. Okay, I try to keep it inside of the slot. I will change to smaller brush. Normally it's more difficult to get into slots than to doing things that are popping out. Okay, I will do this. By the way, this brush is just a very used brush that has a lot of bristles. This way is so thin. So as you can see, the operation is just to put the red inside. Okay, I will do this for this and the other one, and I will also paint these arrows here. Okay. So I will do that and I'm back for the next step. Okay, once we have done this, okay, sorry, I'm covering here with the hand. We are going to start highlighting the black, and to do that I'm going to use, of course, Corvus Black. I'm going to use Scavenge Blight Ding. I will use Downstone, and I will use Administrating Grade. I have them all in my wet palette, and with that we are going to work. But we are going to start when we take a place, for example the trousers here, and I will start first with the Scavenge Blight Ding. It should not pop up too much, because it should be quite close to the current color. Okay, so I just go over the parts that I think they should be highlighted, and I realize I have a big mold mark there, but I will not eliminate. I will need to live with that. Okay, I will help me with Corvus Black. Corvus Black is a very dark gray. Okay, when we have like that, we can then use the next one, that was the Downstone. Never remember the colors of the gray. Okay, I try to work with them quite thin, because this helps in doing the transitions. Okay, now I will use a little bit of Scavenge Blight Ding, a little bit even of Corvus Black, because you want to keep the part under darker, and the upper part of the fold this color is a little bit too thin at this moment. I need to add a little bit of color. Give me a minute, I will put a little bit, because I have should be good. Let's do now this tabard. As you can see, I decided again to go with the tabard on the same color as the rest of the clothes, because I don't want this tabard to be red. I don't want this to pop up at in this miniature. Okay, we can keep it more grayish, so you can have parts that are more grey and parts that are more close to the black. Okay. Especially if they are different clothes, it will be normal that some are lighter than the others, or some maybe are bleached a little bit. The color have been bleached a little bit, or have been fade out because it's old. The sunlight turns to it the black colors and convert them in grays over time. So you can play even different intensities, different highlights on different parts. Okay, into the other side of the trousers, the other leg. Okay, I always start with Scavenge Blight Ding. Then I use a little bit of Corvus Black as well. I don't use almost Abaddon Black here. Okay. And now a little bit of limestone. Okay, you can see. Let's do the skull here in the middle of the armor. I will do it really in grease dark black colors. But I will go for more extreme highlight, okay? So I will keep doing that and I will be back once the black is done. So we have now all the highlights on the black. You can see it looks quite nice highlighted. And now I'm going to use the freehand of the flag. And the freehand of the flag is going to be just, I'm going to use corn red and we are going to do a chaos symbol. Similar to the one that we have here, okay? To the one that we have here. So what I'm going to do is, and here is just a preference how you want to do it. But I think what I will do is, I will do as a half circle, something like the opposite. I will go from down to top, because the top is more solid, and you can do something like that. And then I will take here, I will put a line. You can do even like that. We'll do the other spike. The other one will come from here. We'll go like that. Okay, and we can do the last one that will go down there. You don't need to be super precise, and now we are going to do the spiky things, something like that. Okay, let's do the back. Again, we do first the circle. Okay. Try to use quite thin paint, it's easy to flow. We are going to now do this one here. Okay. This one can be quite big because you are at the back. Now I will do this one small, and sometimes you don't need to even do, you do like that. Okay, and this one as well small. Okay, and now we are going to do some spiky parts to make this less regular. Okay, we are going to do the same here. And now I'm going to use Corvus black. Okay, that will not touch. And here I'm okay more or less. I will just paint a little bit this one. Okay, once we have done this with corn red, I'm going to use Mephiston red. Okay, lighter red. And now we are going to increase the brightness of the freehand. So I'm going to come here. Put some water, it's too thick. Okay. We are going to some of the spikes. Okay, we do the same on the other side. See? Okay, and now I will wait at this device, and while this is drying, I use the same red to start highlighting all the red parts. So to do the red parts, I will do a little bit of edge highlight. First I come with corn red, and this one is quite interesting because we have this, goes like that, and then we have the black line, and you want to exaggerate that. And the way to make this line very visible is highlighting around, like that. Okay. Now we are going to use Mephiston red, that is a lighter red, and I'm going to add extra highlight. Okay, something like that. Okay. Try to highlight the parts that are no only Mephiston red on the parts that are facing up, not on the parts that are facing down. Okay, on the here we're going to put first, okay, corn red, be careful not to dirty down other parts, but well done. If you go to right, you can always take corn red with a little bit of brilliance height, and you will have a darker red. Okay, darken the red, make the red darker using a brown. And now I'm going to apply Mephiston red here. So I make this pop up a little bit. I'm just come now step forward with Mephiston red to make this right, this part right. I want this to. If you see that it's too much or too thick, now I'm going to use, for example, here I come back with brilliance height, and I do it like that. Okay, and now corn red, and we do this with corn red. Okay, I keep this, and the other side of the jacket is in the same way, and then the fist. First I clean up with corn red, finger by finger, plate by plate, and here is what you want to do quite. I want this to be quite bright in the fist. Mephiston red. Okay, like that. Keep with Mephiston red. And on the fist is where I will recommend maybe to use a little bit of Evil Sun Scarlet. A much lighter red, almost touching the orange part, and do this. Okay. Okay, doing the same. Here is important that we go around the cow symbol, and try not to make the mistake I did there, that I went into the slot, but you need to go around and really make this chaos symbol much more visible. I'm using my fist on red. If by any reason you go by mistake into the slot, I will recommend you to use a little bit of Rhinos hide and put it back. Okay, Rhinos hide for me is the best way to shade on red, and as well as air shade the whites that I normally like to use. And we keep doing that. Okay, now I'm applying here my fist on red on the top to make this part really bright, and now I'm going to use the scarlet levels on the scarlet to give this a really bright pop up. That way we can differentiate the metallic parts of the fabric parts. Okay, I like to do the fist more extreme highlighted. So I will keep working on the highlights on the red, very important, and I will be back for the next steps. Okay, the red is done now, and next I'm going to do, it's almost done this miniature because I don't want to do too many colors. So I'm going to apply here just on this, I don't know what is that. They will apply a very light gray. Okay, we are going to apply a mini stratum gray there on this thing. Okay, to make it really bright. And I will make sure that around this we have a lot of colors, so I will use the Corvus black next to it to be sure for that. Okay, I wait that this dries. While this is drying, we are going to take Seraphim Sepia and apply this on the skull that he has at the back. Okay. Here, I'm going to apply Seraphim Sepia, but it is too much. I don't know what skull he has, but here we go. Skull done. We need to wait that this dries. So while this is drying, I'm going to do the leather, the belts. To do the belts, I will use now Baneblade Brown. Checking here, here a little bit on the palette. Baneblade Brown, and I'm going to use as well Rackar Flesh. Here's some on the palette. Put some water. Okay. And we are going to take a small brush. And I'm going to apply edge highlight. Okay, something like that. Okay. Okay. No, Racker Flash is completely dry. We'll take a little bit of Racker Flash. I will need to do a review on this wet palette I bought. I'm using it, it's nice, but I'm not 100% satisfied how it's working. Okay. We are going to do, in the case, small strokes that are perpendicular to the edge. You can see very small, but in that way we have here there is a small cut, so I take the benefit to exaggerate it. Okay, and I'm just doing the parts that are more accessible. Okay, and now I'm going to do the bottom here. That. Here I will put a little bit of red brown because I forgot it before. But this should be okay. Good. We have the bell done. To wait a little bit more to touch the spool. So I will now take iron breaker again. I don't want to put rust on the metallics of this guy, but I need to make visible more. I want to make the armor a little bit more silver. So I'm going to apply a small amount, especially on the edges. But I will try to keep all the metallics quite dull and dark. Okay. Like that. Good. The metallic is quite tricky because sometimes you don't see the effect, and other times, depending how the light is arriving, it's very noticeable. So sometimes here I cannot see too much change in the metallic, but when you do the pictures, it's too visible sometimes. Okay, so this is why the two metallic sometimes is a little bit tricky. So I'm adding it here a little bit. Just next to the, I want to make brighter just next to this type of slot, so the symbol of chaos that he has on the breast, everything on the breast plate. Okay, this is why I do that. Do an 8. Okay. The brink of the grenade. And here at the back, I will think maybe I will add some additional colors on the tubes or something like that. This is the principle is the generator for the power fist. Okay, what I will do to give a little bit of color here at the back, I will take not that zygote, no, this one, Gorgunta, and I will apply it just on this thing. This will give this a cooperish finishing. And we'll break the monocolor or monochromatic touch we have here. You can do a couple of things or just one. So we'll do this and the tube that is leaving from this one. Okay, and then this way we have a touch of color there. Okay. And we can use the same color just to do this. Okay, to give here, to make to pop up a little bit this more, but without exaggerating too much. Okay. Last thing is to highlight the skull. For that I will use Ushabti, not place 1, place 2, sorry. Ushabti. Apply it. Leaving the recesses in the darker aqua color. I guess in 40K they have good tools to clean skulls from dead people. There that I put a little bit of, I went a little bit too much into the eye socket. I take Rhinos hide and I clean. Okay, and now we'll use a little bit of white. And add an additional highlight. Now I have fly here. Okay. Okay. And I think now we have everything. So yeah, I think here we can stop. This is how it looks like, the Commissar from the Chaos Commissar from the Blackstone Fortress. A really nice sculpt. I think it's one of my favorite miniatures from all the expansions, and I really like this guy. So he will join as well my Renegade Guard army, and yeah, I'm very happy with this sculpt. So that's all for now. Please give a like if you have liked this video, share if you think other people can be interested, and as usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you later. Bye.